Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to dig into Exodus chapters 7, 8, and 9. We're going to get into the heart of what are probably one of the most popular parts of the book of Exodus, the plagues in Egypt. So, Exodus chapter 7, God is going to reaffirm to Moses that Pharaoh's heart will be hardened, but through many signs and wonders, he will demonstrate his own power, and God will deliver his people. Moses and Aaron are going to go confront Pharaoh yet again. And in this time, Aaron's staff becomes a serpent, which the other guys, the servants of Pharaoh, are able to replicate. But his staff becomes one that swallows the staff of Pharaoh's magicians. Still, Pharaoh remains unmoved. God begins to send plagues, starting with the Nile River turning to blood. The water becomes undrinkable. The fish die. It's got to be a grotesque moment, and I bet it doesn't smell all that pretty either. Pharaoh's magicians are able to replicate the sign as well, but Pharaoh's heart hardens further. So we move into chapter 8, and God sends a second plague. Frogs swarm Egypt. They invade homes and fields. Pharaoh pleads with Moses to intercede, promising to let the Israelites go. But as soon as the frogs are gone, you guessed it, he hardened his heart again. The third plague of gnats follows as Aaron strikes the dust, and the land is filled with swarming insects, much like the dust covers the earth. This time, the magicians admit that the plague is the work of God, but Pharaoh still refuses to back down. The fourth plague brings flies that swarm through the Egyptians' land, but leaving the Israelites in Goshen untouched. The fifth plague happens in chapter 9, and this is the killing of all the Egyptian livestock while sparing the Israelite herds. Pharaoh continues to bargain with Moses, saying that the Israelites can sacrifice in Egypt or he'll let them go if things relent. But Pharaoh's heart continues to remain hardened no matter what. The sixth plague is going to be painful boils on the Egyptians and their animals. Pharaoh's magicians are powerless to stand in front of Moses because the boils are even upon them. Pharaoh still refuses to listen. The seventh plague unleashes a devastating hailstorm that destroys crops and trees and livestock in the fields, but it spares the land of Goshen. Pharaoh, for just a moment, confesses his sin and promises to let the Israelites go. But as soon as the hail stops, his heart hardens yet again. These chapters demonstrate God's unmatched power. He is omnipotent. His ability to protect his own people is also front and center. That's it for today. Be well, friends.